This is the case of Cassandra Rundle and her two children. If you want to know more about this case and the mysterious circumstances surrounding their murders, please continue watching.
Has been issued.
And it's just so many questions that I have.
Memorial sign on
It makes it really hard.
is on the run.
And I bet he would run after what he's done.
A number of people.
The FBI is offering a reward. What was the order of events?
Never stop looking.
Police are now questioning a number of people.
In the days of the newspaper, which was long before you could swipe left or swipe right on your phone to find a true love or one true love or soulmate or what have you, you had to go to the back pages of a newspaper and put out an ad in the newspaper seeking for love. And that is just what Cassandra Rundle did. And in the summer of 1984, she had already been divorced twice and she was very shy. But she took out two personal ads in the now defunct Colorado Springs Sun newspaper seeking one good man. And this is where she possibly made her first fatal mistake. Because not only was she murdered, but her two children were murdered as well, right along with her. Her 12-year-old son, Derek, and her 10-year-old daughter, Melanie. When they were found murdered on Valentine's Day in 1985, police and others wondered if the ads had introduced her to her killer. Now, as I stated earlier, in the early days before there was a huge thing with cell phones and the internet, you had to go to the newspaper to find love. But since the 4 decades since the slang, online dating has replaced personal ads and transformed the landscape when it comes to finding love or a casual hookup. And many people always laugh when I say that I don't want to do the online dating thing because I have a lot of horror stories from just doing dating the regular way. And I can't imagine going out with someone who I've never met before and then, have to sit through an awkward date only to find out that they're a creep. I can't remember the guy's name right now or even what what murder he committed, but there was a guy in the late 80s, I believe, that went on to a TV show. I think it was called The Dating Game or something of that nature. And he actually murdered people. And he was a serial murderer, which means that he had more than one or two victims. And the young lady that chose him, when she met him, she said she caught a bad feeling. And so she decided not to go out with him, which potentially saved her life because, as we all know, a little while after that, he was saw on the news for, of course, killing someone. Although his name escapes me right now, but I'm pretty sure anyone who hears this can refresh my memory as to what his name was and what murder he committed before going on the show as well as after the show. But that is one of my biggest fears too, is going out on a date with the creepy person and they are potentially a serial killer. Because as I often say to people that know me, it would be just my luck with things that I do find myself in, even though I don't try to put myself in these situations. It would be my luck that I go out on a date with someone and they are a serial killer and I'm probably their next victim, unfortunately. For the person and the people that killed her and her family, I wonder if she knew them already, or just like everybody else is wondering, did her killer come into her life through that ad that she placed in the newspaper looking for one good man? And why did he or the person decide to murder the children? But now that I think about it, I guess they had the same feelings as Griselda Blanco did about not even leaving seed, meaning not even sparing the children, because they could be potential witnesses and tell what they saw or heard before their mom was killed. I also have to wonder, what was her co-parenting like with her two ex-husbands? Were they good co-parents, or were they, not so great towards each other when it came to co-parenting or anything of that nature? And could one of them could possibly have killed her as well as the children? And how did this person, if they're not familiar with her, like the investigators are thinking, if they were the person that came into her life through the ad from the newspaper, how did they know where she lived? But of course, this goes back to what some people would say the olden days, but it goes back to the phone book. I don't know if anybody that is 25 or younger, or I'll even be generous and say 30 or younger, remembers the phone book. That is a big thick book that has white pages and the yellow pages in there, and it is where you used to go to be able to look up someone's name. And if memory serves me correctly, it is in alphabetical order. And you could also find, I think, their address in there in the phone book as well. I might be mistaken about that part, but I think their address was listed as well, or at least their last known address is, for that, number anyway. So I'm wondering, is that how they found out where she lived, and how were they corresponding back and forth before these unfortunate events took place? Those are a couple of questions that I would like to have answered. Also, I'm wondering, did they collect DNA evidence? And if so, have they ran it through a genealogy match? And have they come back with any results? Or have they tested anybody that she may have worked with, or anybody that she may have known, or anything like that? Did they get DNA sample from those people as well? But unfortunately, guys, that brings me to the end of this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to leave me a like. Don't forget to comment. And don't forget to share and subscribe. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.